I stand before you today is because of my love for street dogs. I believe our Indian breed is the best breed that we have today that's acclimatized to our country and climate. And I was looking at an avenue where I could reach out to a large audience where I can communicate my love for street dogs and to encourage people to adopt street dogs. Thankfully, I was introduced to a community radio station through my good friend Pinky Chandran, where I was given an opportunity to reach out to a large audience. While I was in this journey, there was a sudden rise of street dog bite cases in the city. I saw this as an opportunity and worked with the municipal government and animal husbandry department to create a campaign called Understanding Street Dogs, where I shared awareness on street dog psychology with school children. And also, the radio gave me an opportunity to campaign my cause for street dogs. One of the reasons that caused this human animal conflict was around waste. And to help stop this discrimination for street dogs, I had to get into waste. And that's what I did. Did you know we have mountains and mountains of waste lying around in our country? And did you know that India generates more than 160,000 tons of waste per day? And that's also estimate, it's not even real numbers. So I did what I thought was right. I started cleaning up. Don't worry, that is me, much younger, with more hair on my head. Like I said, I did what I thought was right. I started cleaning up. Joined hand with organizations. I cleaned up wherever I went. This is a photo of me in a marathon helping my friends clean up and cleaning up myself, making sure the event goes sustainable. But I realized this was not the answer. Cleaning up today meant the waste would come back again tomorrow. This is not serving the purpose. So, what I did, I started diving deeper in understanding what happens to waste. So, I went on this waste trail where I wanted to understand what happened to organic waste, what happened to paper, plastic, metal, glass. I started meeting recyclers from Bangalore to Mumbai in the slums of Dharavi. Dharavi is one of the biggest recycling hubs in the country we have. So I went to all these places and understood what exactly was recyclable, what is not recyclable, what happens to organic waste, composting, biogas. And that's when I brought this newfound knowledge and I started creating awareness among school children, among different communities, and shops and establishments in public places on the importance of segregation at source, the importance of not littering and using bins. In this journey of creating awareness, I came across some crazy people like myself, and we came together and formed the Solid Waste Management Roundtable. The sole purpose of the Solid Waste Management Roundtable is to advocate with the state and municipal government in introducing decentralized waste management systems, which basically meant organic waste can be composted or processed through biogas within your ward level. Because what the process that the country used to follow, and even today in some parts of the country, is you collect your waste and transport it all the way outside the city, where you dump it in somebody else's backyard and cause a problem somewhere else rather than your place. So decentralized waste management is the key to managing waste more responsibly. So along with organic waste, you also needed to handle your paper, plastic, metal, glass waste, which is basically your recyclables and your non-recyclables. So we suggested a concept of a dry waste collection center, your neighborhood recycling center. The municipalities were a little reluctant. So what I did again, I ran the first dry waste collection center in Bangalore to demonstrate to the municipality that your recycling within the ward is the best way of handling waste. And that's how we see dry waste collection centers across the country today. There's one thing missing, and I couldn't figure that out, what was missing in this entire waste management system. And that's when I had my light bulb moment, when I met Nalini Shekhar, who founded Hasala, the not-for-profit, and mentioned that Without waste pickers, there is no understanding, there is no meaning to waste management. And that's when I joined the bandwagon of working with Hasala in identifying and bringing in recognition for waste pickers in the city. We did a small study which we presented as a public paper to the municipality, where we estimated there was about 30,000-40,000 waste pickers in Bangalore. We did a study of about 15,000 waste pickers, which assessed that 1,050 tons of waste was diverted away from landfills because of these 15,000 waste pickers, which was saving the municipality 84 crores annually. Once we presented this paper, it was a landmark decision in 2012, where the BBMP, which is the municipality of Bangalore, for the first time in the history of the country, issued work-based ID cards to this marginalized community. Because of the issuance of these ID cards, all waste pickers started getting recognition for their contribution. They had the right to collect waste on the streets, which was thrown by people, and make a living. While the discrimination for the waste pickers and discrimination stopped and recognition for waste pickers came in, there was still one missing link on the livelihood aspect. They still had to go to unhygienic conditions, either landfills or waste on the streets, to collect waste and sell to recyclers to make a living. So that's when the not-for-profit piloted the first ever waste picker franchise model, where a waste picker would, along with his team, offer collection services to bulk waste generators. The not-for-profit also pioneered the event waste management services, which basically made events go sustainable. While the business grew, while the services grew, we realized the not-for-profit was not the right structure. So Nalini Shekhar Prabhakar and I founded Hasyudala Innovations. With circular economy, with inclusive circularity at the core of our ethos, we offer circular economy-centric end-to-end waste management solutions that create a social and environment impact. We are the only multi-stream waste management company that is World Fair Trade certified. So what we did was, all the social security, social justice, and recognition of waste pickers was left with the not-for-profit, and the social enterprise, which is Hasala Innovations, took over all the livelihood aspects, which offered three main services to communities that integrated waste pickers. The first being circular communities, where the waste picker franchise owner would offer services to bulk waste generators, where all the organic waste would go to our joint venture with Carbon Masters, the only 30-ton operating biogas plant in Karnataka today, where the methane extracted from organic waste is bottled and replacing LPG in restaurants. All the dry waste that comes from collection, which is your paper, plastic, metal, glass, goes back to the waste pickers and sent for recycling, and the value that is generated from those paper, plastic, metal, glass goes directly to the waste pickers. I can proudly say we are the only social enterprise or the only company working in waste where we do not take back any value of the recyclables that is rightfully what belongs to the waste picker. Our next is our events, circular events, which basically means any event, be it a wedding, a music festival, small event, or a big event. All events can go sustainable and even achieve zero waste or landfill. The third services that we offer is circular plastics, which basically means all post-consumer waste. Currently, we are focusing on PET and LDPE, where we work with brands to integrate recycled post-consumer recycled plastic into their packaging or textile. So we work with the likes of H&M, where all their buttons are made of recycled plastic, and 30% of that recycled plastic comes from us, and made in all men, women, and children apparel in the country today. We work with the likes of Cofresco, where they use up post-consumer plastic and create cling films and garbage liners, which is exported out of the country today. That's our team at the aggregation center. What we believe as two organizations, the not-for-profit and the for-profit, what we believe our theory of change is the just transition and the inclusion of the informal waste pickers and waste workers into a professional setup and eventually becoming independent rather than expecting them to be formal directly from an informal setup. I'd like to speak about one of our waste picker entrepreneurs because I've been speaking so much about waste picker integration. So here, Lutfur Ali was one of our very first waste picker entrepreneurs who came forward, believed in us, and wanted to take part in this journey with us. And from a free roaming waste picker who used to go collect waste on the streets, today is a franchise owner who operates 4 vehicles collecting waste from bulk waste generators in a professional setup. And to show his growth story from a free roaming waste picker to a franchise owner, and today running a MRF facility where he demonstrated that we can, in this journey of being inclusive, separate the place of work and the place of residence. Because otherwise, if not for giving a professional setup for our waste pickers, they would take back all that waste and go back to their own homes and segregate waste and live in the same space. So what we try to do is separate that so that they also get an equal opportunity to show professional services. With offering this kind of end-to-end waste management system, focusing on circular economy, to your surprise, I was invited to Jamshedpur, where we implemented the decentralized waste management system. We set up a dry waste collection center. We created awareness on the importance of segregation of waste at source, and created a waste picker franchise model with the waste pickers of Jamshedpur. Here I have a photo of the group of waste pickers that I work with. I worked with then, led by Vishnu Sardar, who was a waste picker, with Mahesh, who was one of the recyclers here, and my good friend Gauravanand. To give you a little bit of impact of what we did from the day of our existence, we have 22 waste picker entrepreneurs empowered. We have more than 300 predictable livelihoods created. We have a 122% increase in their average monthly income. These are all third-party surveys. This is not a survey done by us. This is an assessment done by a third party, Upaya Social Ventures. We have more than 1 lakh tons of waste diverted away from landfills. We service a little over 32,000 households today and displacing 5,000 LPGs with our clean energy biogas. What I'd like to leave you all with today, we have a saying amongst our founders: with your heart in the right place, the universe will conspire and work with you. And with that having said, it is our deliberate intention to integrate waste pickers in the evolving circular economy value chain. Thank you very much.